What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Cap Nation Live. We're off to the Tijuana Turtle Races later today. What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Finally live this morning. Holy shit balls. Live stream decided to go. Live stream is a pain in the ass. A great streaming platform. Complete pain in the ass when it comes to an update. Let me tell you. Whew. Man. And you don't know when you're going to get an update. You just know that it's coming, and when it happens, it happens. It completely shuts down everything. You can't go live for like 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, and then it deletes all of your settings. So you have to go back in and manually put everything in again. So always a pain in the ass when that happens, and it happened this morning. So glad we got that taken care of, ready to rock and roll this morning, ready to have some fun. What is going on, everybody? The few that are here tuning in, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Davis, James H., Peter, Albrecht, Mr. Bayer, Joe Free, Raymond Brackens, Steven Sanchez, Rocky, my eyes are a little blurry this morning, Peter, Juan, what's going on, everybody? Ready to rock and roll on this beautiful and blessed Wednesday morning. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a monster kind of day. From Cap Nation, here, there, everywhere. Doesn't matter which one you're on. I'm ready for a monster day. By the way, I did not put out a members-only video yesterday. The game that I was going to put out, I'm glad I didn't. I ended up scratching it at the last minute. The information source for a Japanese baseball game was a bit on the rocky side, and I was not able to confirm a certain player who would be playing that, or who would not be playing, that they said would be playing, and I'm glad I didn't. Would have ended up being a loser, so I'm glad I steered clear to that one and just didn't rush it and didn't put it out. Remember, guys, we may not put out the most content, but the content that we put out is put out for a specific reason, not just to make you guys go out and throw darts at a board. It's because I'm actually betting on it. Remember that. Remember that. That is one of the big key things, the big key differences between us and a lot of the other Joe Schmoes, is we actually bet the plays. We bet the plays that we put out for thousands of dollars, and rest assured that when I put out a play, I've got my hard-earned money on it. And I would never want to just put something out just to risk something for you guys. That's completely asinine and ass backwards, if you ask me. That's a lot of asses right there. Asinine, ass backwards, ask. James H. says the Twins will win today. Early play. Peter says, who's everybody liking today? I like the Royals at +1.5. I didn't see them as a +1.5 unless you were taking the reverse line. I did see them minus $1.15 on the money line. -1.5 is +140. But I'm sure you can get a reverse run line there somewhere along the way, which probably wouldn't be a bad choice if you ask me, because I do like the Royals. I took them on the money line myself. By the way, daily free play video is out for everybody that doesn't know. The daily free play video is out, and it is posted. It actually just went live just a little bit ago. Mr. Blevins, what is going on, sir? What is going on? Glad to have you tuning in with us. Rich, what's going on, brother? Hopefully you're staying safe up on the roof and you're not... You're following red to red, green to green, black to black. Joe Free, yes. It's, not many can say that in this industry, and not many prove it, continuously, especially in this industry. If you talked about the industry as a whole, there's a lot of black eyes, let me tell you. There's a lot of black eyes compared to the very few honest services or cappers or individuals that are out there. So I get it. A lot of people out there talk the talk, but they won't walk it and won't put their money where their mouth is. But enough of that one. Ready to rock and roll this morning. Rich says almost had to fight a meth head on my way to work. He was hanging out in the dumpster out front. Just close the lid, brother. Just close the lid. Jack Dent Jr. Kyle, I have some questions here. I'm interested in creating my own package deal. I looked online, didn't see what I was looking for. Can I call you after the show? You can either call me or send me an email, either one, whichever one works. Jack, let me know what you're looking for. I'll see if I'm able to accommodate you. Anybody in customer service can also help you. Our packages are pretty straightforward, but sometimes we're able to make some alterations. Yeah, Joe, when you guys lose, I lose. And let's be honest, premium plays, the last month, they've been shit. Been getting my ass kicked on them. But when they win, I win too. And if I didn't know the quality that they're capable of, I wouldn't be betting them. So rest assured, when you guys win, I'm winning. When you guys lose, I'm losing, because I've got my money right alongside it. And even if you guys weren't betting alongside me, I'd still be betting the same things for the same amount of money. Joseph, who do we have for the Derby? I haven't talked to my guy yet, but I will later in the week. And I don't know if he's going to have anything. If I, you guys know me. I did it last year. If I have something for the Derby, I'll be more than happy to give it to everybody on Cap Nation Live. So we'll see. We'll see. If I get something for the Derby, I'll put it out. If I get something for the Derby, I'll be happy to put it out for everybody. And never as it's not just the guaranteed Saturday thing. I mean, you can only do so much when a team gives up 4 runs in the 9th inning and you end up losing. There's not much you can do about that. When you're winning the entire game and then a team gives up 4 runs in the top of the 9th, that's just some of the things that you chalk up to bad luck. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Unfortunately. But yeah, they'll get that love, and then all those little bad luck breaks that haven't been going their way will end up washing out and going their way. So that part will all even out when it's all said and done. But yeah, the last couple of weeks there's been some tough love with it. That's for sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It doesn't. It could be, it doesn't matter what the streak could be. If you're not getting the breaks to go your way, there's nothing that you can do about it. If the breaks are not going your way, there's nothing you can do about it. And unfortunately, like last week's, I actually turned it off, stopped checking it, expecting it to be a winner, and got home, still didn't check it. A couple hours later, logged into my Bet Online account, noticed it was down a pretty penny. And that's when I was like, what the fuck? I go back and I look, and I'm like, the fuck happened? And then I see that they give up 4 in the top. Those things, are out of your control, out of my control. Trust me, if I was on the field, I would have done my damnedest to make sure that didn't happen. But unfortunately, Neither you nor I or anybody else is out on that field, and you're betting on humans. And unfortunately, the closer gives up a bunch of runs at the end of the game after winning the entire game. That's why they say it ain't over till the fat lady sings. And unfortunately, that's cost us a couple of times. A couple of times. And, yeah, I'm a firm believer when shit's going your way, shit's going your way. And when it's not, it's definitely not. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do sometimes. If it's not rolling your way and you're not getting those members bounces, I don't know if you guys golf or not, but, you're out golfing, you hit a tree. It's either going to go in a direction that helps you, aka the members bounce, or it's going to go in a direction that hinders your next shot, and you're not going to get any love out of it. One of the two. And, it's pretty, much along the same lines as what we get here. You either get those members bounces or you don't, plain and simple. Omar says sometimes good. That's a better way to describe it right there. Omar says sometimes good bets lose and sometimes bad bets win. No doubt about it. Take a look at the San Francisco Giants last Saturday. They win in the entire game, give up 4 runs in the top of the ninth. Unfortunately, that was a good bet in my opinion. I'd bet it all over again. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. And but that's what happens when you're gambling on humans sometimes. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you're betting on humans sometimes. Alrighty, so time to have some fun. Gennaro, it's definitely gambling. It's definitely gambling, and you're going to have, as Omar said, you're going to have good bets that win. You'll have good bets that lose as well. Keith Davis, we got him to go the distance. We got him to go exactly, as long as we needed. And yesterday in that game, shoulda, coulda, woulda. He pitched a quality game. He pitched a quality game yesterday for us, and we just didn't get it. The 4 strikeouts, probably the deciding factor and the difference. Other than that, we got the distance out of him that we needed, and shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. And that on that note, saw a lot of batters to only have 4 strikes or 4 strikeouts. Excuse me. Definitely a good bet. Just that break didn't go our way. Steven, managing bankroll is always, I preach this no matter what, that it is the key to success. You're going to have the highs, you're going to have the lows. It happens to you, it happens to me, it happens to everybody, and it doesn't matter which direction that you look, it's going to happen. There's going to be a time or two that your bankroll management is called upon you, and what you do with it is going to decide if you're, successful or you're not. All righty. just taking a look at a few things today. We're going to take a look at some NBA. There's definitely some good NBA games today. Definitely some good games in the NBA today, as well as Major League Baseball. A lot of good games on the board. Like what I see today. We had a little winning soccer day yesterday. 1 win and a push. We'll take it. Any day we can have a winning day. It doesn't matter what we're winning on. We'll take it. We will absolutely take it. Couple good soccer plays today as well. All righty. Not a big soccer board, not like we had on, what was it, Sunday. Exactly, Ronald. Exactly what we're going to do. You know, you have a bad day, you get up and you rebound. Always make sure, you know, you're following that bankroll management, strict bankroll management, to allow you the opportunity to be able to rebound and have that day. NFL draft day tomorrow, absolutely. Tomorrow's live show, we'll do a little draft preview. Not a big one. Not a big one or anything like that, but we'll definitely do a draft preview. We won't spend too much time on it, but we'll definitely hammer it home and get the point across. That's for sure. Give me 1 second, folks. Just rolling through a couple things real quick. A lot of people rolling right back to the Knicks today. See if they get right back on their bandwagon, kind of like the A's did. Keith, I actually saw it this morning when I got back into the office. Thank you. I literally saw it right when I was hitting the live button. So I didn't have a chance to reply to you, but I will. I do appreciate the suggestion. Let's definitely take a look at it. Being flat-footed at times does suck. That's for sure. That's for sure. Steven Sanchez says the comeback is always sweeter. Comeback is always great. Let me tell you. All righty. All righty. Jumping. We're going to do NBA first. We're going to roll right through it. Kind of like we've been doing. Just keep the show short and sweet. And Jordan, and let me actually, because I don't know, because I remember you said yesterday that you updated your phone number in the system. I'm going to send you a text message to make sure you get you get it. Because I sent you one yesterday, and I don't know if it went through. It may not have updated. All right, Jordan, I just sent you a text message. That way you got my cell phone number, and I could help address any questions you might have when it comes to system plays. When it comes to system plays, the number one thing to do is a bankroll management. If you do not manage your bankroll with system plays to the T, I get it. We've all deviated from the plan and went bigger on something because we're like, there's no way this loses. I'm going bigger on it. We've all done it. Guilty as charged. We've all done it. But with system plays, you have to follow along that system to the T. Any deviation, if there's one hiccup, it will hurt you. System plays, there's nothing like it. And they haven't rattled off the 40 straight wins that we're used to yet. They will. There's been a few little hiccups along the way early. They usually come right around after the All-Star break, but hey, we'll take them and we'll get them out of the way early. But with system plays, you follow that system and that strategy to the T. When it's all said and done, you'll be fine. But there'll be guys, and not you, or I'm not naming you, Jordan, or anything like that, but there'll be guys that do one but not the other. They don't like it, so they don't bet game 2, or they don't bet game 3, so they take the loss, but it wins. There's a reason why we put them out, a very specific reason why we put them out, and I'm betting my own hard-earned money on it. And let me tell you, I'm the biggest fucking sore loser in the world. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse that I hate than losing. All right? I was born a winner. I am a winner. Everything I do, I excel at and win at. And even if it's eating and getting a fucking belly, I still win at that game. But losing, I hate. So I hate seeing people not have success, especially betting, our stuff and system plays. It's easy to not be successful if you deviate. It's easy to be not successful if you deviate. However, if you don't deviate from the plan and you stick to the script to the T, you'll be successful when it's all said and done. But we'll help you out on that one, Jordan. We'll get it straightened out. Chapenny says you're always money making on Wednesdays. Is that a thing? I've never kept track. Wednesdays are a good day. By the way, the 25% off sale does end tonight at midnight. Enter the promo code 25NOW, 25NOW, take 25% off any package on the website. Was a little flash sale that they did yesterday. That will be valid until tonight at midnight. Tonight at midnight it is valid till. Penny, I have never paid attention to that, but I'm going to have to now. Always making money on a Wednesday. Good to know. Good to know. If that's the case, we're going to have to move Guaranteed Saturday to Wednesday next week. All right? Guaranteed Saturday will be moved to Wednesday of next week, if that's the case. Sorry, I'm looking at something. I wish I could share this on here, but I can't. YouTube would probably kick me off. Anyways, taking a look at the NBA. Oh man, I'm dying inside. Alex, good morning. It was just brought to our attention that we always win on Wednesday, so we're going to be moving Guaranteed Saturday to Wednesday. And we're definitely going to make sure anytime we have a game of the year, that motherfucker's on Wednesday. Magic, Cavaliers, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You got shit for shit. Steven Sanchez says, Kyle, you are 100% right. That's why follow to the T, because once I swerve off the track, I get burnt. You taught me that a while ago. You know, it's the truth, and we've all been burnt. We've all done it. We've all been part of doing something that we shouldn't have when it comes to, you know, betting and sticking to the script. We've all done it. We've all done it. And sticking to the script is, you know, easier said than done for a lot of people, no doubt about it. But we'll help everybody out where we can. Alrighty. The shit versus the shit. Magic versus the Cavs today. Total on this one over 208.5. Actually, let me pop up BetOnline's live odds real quick. That way we actually have the most accurate and updated odds for everybody. Here we go. Now, we're going to start talking about some of the games. Would love to hear your guys' perspective as well. I'm sure the chat would. So, you know, for instance, we're going to talk about the Magic and the Cavs. And I'm going to go through them kind of quickly. Feel free to post in the comment section what you guys like out of that game. Maybe you don't like anything like myself. Magic and the Cavs. Cavs laying 4 minus 170 on the money line. The total is actually up a point to 209.5. As far as the side of this game goes, you know, I can't stomach to bet a team that's under, you know, 19 games below 500 or 25 games below 500. I get it. You know, one of these teams is going to cover, more than likely. You know, it's a possibility that maybe they push at an even number. But as far as the side of this one goes, myself steer clear. As far as the total goes, I do lean towards the over. I think 209.5 is a tad bit low, but keep in mind, when you have these two teams, you have the capability of it staying under. Yeah, I mean, you have the capability of this being a 200 to 205 game and you getting shafted by 2.5 buckets. So, I do lean towards the over. I'm not going to play the over, and I think the total on this one is a tad bit low. I can see this one, you know, hitting 211, 212-ish. Not enough for me to want to take it because I know the capability of both of these teams to have that final score end around that 205, 206 mark, and we're just, you know, 2 easy layups at the end of the game away from cashing a ticket on 2 do-nothing teams. So I'll pass on this one. Oh shit, Las Vegas pool installation unearths bones that date back to the Ice Age. Interesting what you get a notification for on Twitter. Hold on 1 second. Wow. All right. Brooklyn won. Yeah, Brooklyn won and covered. Nets got the job done for us. Marlo says, and Boston keeps losing and love it, right? Boston favored yet again today, laying that bigger number. We'll talk about them here in a minute. As far as the Hawks and the 76ers go, You've got the 76ers laying 8 minus 107. You can get it 7.5 minus 117. They're minus 325 on the money line. Over and under in this one set at 215.5, which has actually came down. Little Eastern Conference showdown. You've got the Atlanta Hawks 6 games above 500. The 76ers 19 games above 500. And Atlanta put on that ass whooping last time they faced off in the beginning of the year in January. I think it was like the second week of January. They absolutely dominated them. 76ers have been struggling as of late. 5-5 in their last 10, going up against the Hawks 7-3 in their last 10. Looking for a big win on the road. Atlanta's definitely looking for a big win on the road. Myself personally, just don't know if I have enough faith in the Hawks to lay anything on them, although 8 is a decent amount, but the 76ers are capable to cover that, in my opinion. Again, this is one that I'm just steering clear of. As far as the total goes on this, I'd like to say I lean towards the over on this one. I think that, I can definitely see this being like a 115, 110 or 115, 107 kind of game, making it close on that number as far as the spread goes, and putting it right over the total by, 4 or 5 buckets. So on this one, I do lean towards the over in the 76ers game, the over 215.5. But again, nothing that, really is driving me to want to, place a bet. As far as the Lakers and the Wizards go, Lakers were laying 2. Then it was a pick'em this morning. Now it's back up to laying 1 minus $1.16, minus 120 on the money line, over and under 229. Wizards catching 1, minus 104, which means you can get plus 1.5 at home against the struggling Lakers. Plus 100 on the money line. I do have a play on the side of this game, so if you want to know what that one is, you'll have to get on board for it. It's one of my personal plays that will be going out here later today. As far as the total goes, the over and under 229. I lean towards the under, but again, this is one that I'm just going to stay off of. A lot of Laker games, have been very unpredictable. You'll see a super high-scoring, no-defense game, and you'll see one where they just absolutely get locked down themselves. So if I had to do anything on this one, it would be under 229. But again, I'm steering clear of that. I'm going to focus on the side on this game, which is one of my personal plays. The Hornets and the Celtics. Celtics laying 6.5 minus 105, which means you can get 6 at minus $1.15. Steven Sanchez says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, please do hit that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it when you do. And I'm ready to rock and roll today, guys. As far as the Hornets and the Celtics go, I keep putting faith out there that the Hornets will, or not the Hornets, the Celtics will keep, be able to do something and put a win and a cover up on the board. They've lost 3 straight, winners of 6 out of their last 10 games, so 6-4 in the last 10. I look for them to get the job done today at home against Charlotte, guys. But keep in mind, Charlotte beat them by 21 points, 3 days ago? I don't see much changing today. I really don't. If I was going to do anything on this one, myself personally, I'd probably take the Hornets on the road plus a 6.5. They seem to be the team in this matchup today. Granted, yeah, they've won 3 out of their last 10 games, and one was a monster victory against the Celtics. But again, another game where I don't have $1 on, and I'll be honest, I don't want $1 on it. All right, I don't want $1 on it. I think there's better avenues and better places to make my money. Now the total at 215, I do lean towards the over. That's one right there that I will probably have a small wager on. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'll probably have a small little wager on the over 215. I'm going to monitor the line and see where, which direction it's going. It's trending in the upward direction. If it was to come down a little bit, I would definitely be firing on it. Bulls and the Knicks. We do have a play on the side of this game, so, we'll stay off of that. We'll focus in on the total here. As far as the total goes in this game, over and under 209. Again, this is another one where I do believe we'll see some scoring, but I think it's going to be close to that number. I think we can get to 210, 211, 212. I think you give it 3 points, maybe 4 points, room for error on either side. So maybe we get to 205 or 206, or maybe we end up getting to 213 and it goes over. So again, while I do lean towards the over on this one, I'm going to steer clear of it because I do believe the total is priced right at 209. and it's right where it really needs to be. So I'm going to steer clear of that one. But at the same time, if I had to take it, if you put the gun to my head, I would, be firing on the over. But again, one that I'm going to stay off of. Spurs and the Heat. Spurs and the Heat. Heat laying 4.5. Spurs catching 4.5 minus 107, which means you can get +5 at minus $1.17. They're plus 165 on the money line as well, with a total of over and under 213 points. As far as this one goes, keep in mind the Heat smashed them by 20 points a week ago. As far as this one, I've timed the Spurs right more times than not this year. The Spurs have 31 wins, 29 losses on the season, and we've got a lot of wins, a lot of cashes on the Spurs, especially when they've been a small dog. That 2-3 point dog. Here they are catching 4.5. Is this a game where they can keep it close with the Heat? I don't know. I just don't know. The Heat are coming off a loss. Spurs have won 7 out of their last 10 games, 7-3 with 3 straight wins. The Bulls just beat the Heat at home, 110-102. If I was going to do anything on this one, and I'm going to be straight up and honest with you, I don't have a play on this one. But I do like San Antonio plus the 5 minus $1.17. If I was going to take anything, I'd take San Antonio plus the 5. I know they got smashed 7 days ago. I think they're looking for some revenge. I think they find a Heat team that's down and out and struggling to put together a quality appearance on the court. And I think the Spurs will have enough to keep it close. It's just going to be a matter of, do the Heat pull away at the end? Or who knows? Maybe the Spurs will come in and surprise us with a nice outright win at plus 165 on the money line. But again, if I was going to do anything on this one, I would take the the plus 5 minus $1.17. As far as the total goes, I think the total's pretty damn close to where it needs to be, 213. To be honest, I think if the Heat blow out the Spurs, the game stays under. If the Spurs stay competitive, cover the 5, or have a possible win outright, I think the total goes over. So while I do lean on the Spurs plus the 5, that would mean I'd have to take the logic and take the over as well. So again, I do lean towards the over 213 in this one. I think if the Spurs keep it close, the total will stay or will go over the total. But if the Spurs get blown out, I think it stays under. Nuggets and the Pelicans. Nuggets only laying 4 at home, over and under 229. This one, fishy number for me, so I stay off of this one, every which direction and sideways. Jazz and the Kings. Jazz laying 8.5 on the road against the Sacramento Kings, who are plus 8.5 at home, big home dogs. A nearly 9-point dog, plus 280 on the money line. Over and under is set at 222. Every time I bet an over in a Kings game, they smack me around. Every time I bet the under in a Kings game, it comes back to bite me in the ass. A Kings total is so unpredictable for me. I can't find, that rhyme or reason. So as far as the total goes, completely off of it. Not even going to touch it. Not even going to look at it at over 222.5. As far as the side goes, it would be the Utah Jazz or bust. I do believe they're the better team. I do believe you'll see that today. Now, do they cover the 8.5? We will find out. Keep in mind, there was that time where the Jazz just kept winning and winning and winning and covering and covering and covering and covering, kind of like that Oakland run. However, they're 6-4 in their last 10. They've lost 2 straight. So they're going to be looking for a big bounce back today. And they probably get it. But again, don't know if I'm necessarily going to have any money on that game. As far as the Clippers and the Suns go today, the Clippers, the big road dog, plus 4 for the Clips. All right, plus 4 for the Clips. If I was going to do anything in this one, it would probably be with 0 defense, looking at the total on this one. If I was going to do anything, it would probably be more along the lines of the over 221, expecting a nice big showdown. But don't forget those Suns and Chris Paul. Chris Paul known for his great defense. So, again, if I was going to do anything, by the way, the poll is on and spinning. If I was going to do anything, I'd probably, take the points towards the over. But again, I don't see any avenue to take it or want to take it. So as far as that game goes, it's much like, the Nuggets game. Skip on over it. Now, I did skip one, the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies, for no particular reason whatsoever, just completely just botched it and went right over it. As far as the Trailblazers go, can't trust them. Can't trust them with a 10-foot pole. Sad to say, but I'd probably take Memphis here, laying 108, or laying 1.5 minus 108. I'd probably just take the money line minus 120. Total set over and under 240. But again, for this one, just steer clear of it. Just steer clear of it. Portland's burned us, as of late a couple of times. So for myself personally, that just means don't fuck with it. All right, pass all the way around, side and total on that one. Duke says the Celtics are all over the place. They beat good teams and then they play down to bad teams. That happens. That happens with a lot of teams, and Celtics specifically. So again, especially on that one, steering clear of that. If I was going to do anything, which I more than likely will have a play on the side of, on the total on that one, would be the the over in that game. Don't forget. Duke, you love the quick breakdowns. Yeah, I try and run through them. It's something that, we do from time to time. College basketball, we used to do those 5-minute breakdowns a couple years ago, and those were always a lot of fun. These I don't have time to sit here and go over every single game and, player statistics and stats and this and injury reports. I've already done the homework. I already know who I'm betting on for the most part. Might have to confirm something before I put it out. So I have no problem rolling down the list and doing what we do. I like it as well. It seems to be effective as well. Don't forget 25% off any package today. That sale ends tonight at midnight. You have to enter the promo code 25 now to get 25% off any package. All right, what's my thoughts on that? If you're randomly blind betting it for no, case in point, no reasons, then I think it's fucking stupid. But much like our system plays, which are similar but way different than the arbitrage betting system, our system plays are not put out for no rhyme or reason. Our system plays actually have more handicapping, more information used to decide a system play than any premium play we've ever put out, because we have to be able to handicap games not just for game 1, but game 2, game 3, and possibly a game 4 way ahead of time. So if you're just blindly betting, thinking a team's going to magically win, and you keep doubling your bet because they're going to win, and there's no statistics, there's no handicapping backing the team that you're taking, well, I'm not a fan of that one. But if you're actually putting work into the games ahead of time, kind of like our system plays, then yeah, I'm a major fan of it, because system plays make me a shit ton of money. Thank you, Duke. Much appreciated. Rookie MVP, what's going on? Ty says the Celtics let the D-League OKC team score over 100 points, right? All right, so moving along to baseball. Rolling through some baseball this morning. We do get a little early action game here. We do get a game between the Twins and the Indians. A little early action Major League Baseball. Actually get a couple early games today. As far as this one goes, we do have a play on the side of this one, so I'm going to steer clear of the side. As far as the over and the under goes on this one, over 9 with Happ on the mound. Happ's 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. He's got 10 strikeouts on the year. Good old J.A. Happ, former Yanks. What to expect out of him today? As far as the side goes, I'm going to steer clear of it. Same thing, or not the side. We have a play on the side. As far as the total goes, I'm going to steer clear of the total. A strikeout prop on him. I don't think it's worth touching today. there's some that, I'll be happy to. And then, there's days where I won't take one, unless I, see one that's a monster, in my opinion. Marlins and the Brewers going at it at 1:40 Eastern time. Ronaldo, absolutely, man. I have no problem, saying, hey, this is just a lane. It's a team that I like. I may not be betting it. This is reasons why. But again, you're exactly right on point. For instance, the Celtics game, lean on the over, but I'm going to be betting it. Not big, small, very small for me. Rookie MVP, have you missed anything? No, sir. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Marlins and the Brewers. Miami is a minus 117 favorite, plus 107 for the Brewers. Brewers getting no love this morning with Alcantara on the mound against Zach Godley. As far as this one goes, do have a play on it. Do have a small play on one of them as far as the total goes. In my opinion, it's going to matter which Godley we get. Alcantara will, has the capability of pitching a lights-out game, but then again, he's got, the capability of getting tagged. Brewers are capable of tagging him and putting some runs up on that scoreboard. But Godley, I think, will be the wild card in this game. Now, that 4:10 Eastern time, 1:10 Pacific, Reds and Dodgers. Reds getting the series win. But can the Dodgers stop themselves from getting swept by Sonny Gray and the Reds? You got Kershaw on the mound to do it today. They're a minus 203 favorite. They were minus 195, I believe. Over and under set at 8, minus 102. As far as the total goes, I'm going to steer clear of it. You've got Sonny Gray on the mound who's been getting pushed around a little bit, but he has the capability of, pitching a lights-out game. Dodgers have been not moving the ball around great as of late. If I was going to do anything on this one, it would be Dodgers or bust. As far as the total goes, steering clear of that one. And I'm sure the Kershaw strikeout prop is way overrated. Royals and the Pirates. Royals are minus 119 currently. Pirates plus 109. Total over and under 7.5 with Mike Minor on the mound for the Royals. Keller on the mound for the Pirates. If I did anything on this one as of right now, we do have a play on the side. By the way, it's a premium play, so I'm not going to go over that. But as far as the total goes, I do really like the over 7.5 in this situation, and I like it enough to make it a free play because I am going to be betting it. I'm going to be hammering the snot out of it. So I am going to put that up on the board. The poll is spinning, baby. We got nothing up on the board other than some losers from yesterday. So need to fix that real quick. And then we'll get this one up on the board for everybody. As soon as this vibe comes back to reality here. I swear everything wanted to update. Everything updates way too often, if you ask me, around this place. Kansas City and Pitt. Let's see if I can get this right here. All right, board is acting funny, but we'll get it up there for you guys. All right, Kansas City and Pittsburgh over 7.5. The juice is minus 120. Free official play right there for everybody. Duke, we ended up losing that one. He had 4 strikeouts. He pitched 7 2/3 innings. We got the longevity. We got the time that we needed. 4 walks. So close multiple times from getting that 5th strikeout, and unfortunately it never happened. Unfortunately, it never happened on that one. Right? Any boring soccer day with the Champions League? No, did nothing from Belarus. Juan says you have over 8. Do you still take it? Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you're looking at a push. I think it cashes. So I think worst case scenario, if for some reason 7.5 wins and 8 doesn't, I think 8 will end up being a push. 7.5 will be a win. But I'm pretty sure you'll win. Pretty sure that, that's not an issue. Alrighty. So back to a little rundown of some baseball. I'm not going to be able to go over all of the games, but going to touch on a couple of them that I do find interesting. Angels a very slight favorite coming off their 6-1 loss over the Rangers yesterday. As far as the Angels and the Rangers go, Angels a -120 over and under 8.5. As far as this one goes, you got Cobb and Dunning on the mound. I see some scoring capabilities in this one. I do lean towards the over in the Angels game. The over 8.5. Again, it's not a free official play or anything like that, but I do lean towards the over 8.5. Jacob Ruff says buy the half point. Not every book will allow you to buy that, that half a run on baseball. I don't think Bet Online does. But if you have the capability of getting it at 7.5, always better. 7.5 always better than 8. I'd rather cash a winning ticket than a push ticket. But I'd rather have a push than a loss any day of the week. Now, one more that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Cubs and the Braves. You guys know we rode the Cubs hard a couple weeks ago, and they were cashing for us. When everybody was betting against them and fading them, they may have been losing, but we were getting them at +1.5. We made some good money on the Cubs. You've got Hendricks on the mound against Yono for the Braves. I like what we're going to see out of the Braves today. I really do. What we've been getting out of them as of late. 6-4 in their last 10 games, winners of 2 straight. Putting the heat on the Cubs yesterday, a 5-0 victory, playing there in SunTrust Park. As far as this game goes, Braves minus a very low, in my opinion, -125. Total on this one over and under 8.5. I'm going to steer clear of the total, although I do believe that it'll go over. But one thing that I am going to be doing, free play for everybody, and this is right out of my personal place because I do have to get going here shortly. Free play, Atlanta Braves -125. We'll put that one up on the Vibe Interactive free play board as well. If you get it higher, I'm sure it'll probably end up moving higher. To be honest, I'm sure it'll probably end up moving higher. But Atlanta -125. Yeah, Juan, I know, some books you can buy, points on the runs. Most books you can't. I know Bet Online you can't. I've got one local guy that I can, one local guy that I can't. So it's out there. You can, in some situations, but not always. But yeah, Atlanta -125. All right, guys and gals, that is what I have for this morning. Sorry I don't have time to go over the entire baseball slate. It is an action-packed one today. There will be more system plays that will be starting up tomorrow. There are still some ongoing today. Don't forget, guys, 25% off any package on the website. No restrictions. Enter the promo code 25 now. Just so you guys know, there is a combo package up there. It didn't, they haven't emailed about it yet, but it's actually been up there a while. A lot of you already know about it. It's a pretty damn cool one. It's a full week of premium plays, full week of my personal plays, a full week of system plays. You also get the UFC as well as the Max Fight Pick. It's a $500 package. But keep in mind, a week of premium plays is $400. So you get a week of premium, a week of my personal, a week of system plays, and then the UFC as well as the UFC Max Fight Pick for $500. But if you enter that promo code 25 now, you're paying $375 for a week of premiums, a week of my personals, a week of the system plays, which is $400 all by themselves. So smoking deal there. Did I clean the pole? No. Somebody puts their grubby little hands on it and puts some fingerprints on them, I'm going to have to chop them off, right? Just kidding, just kidding. Awesome, guys. Good luck. Please wager responsibly on everything that you do. It doesn't matter if it's our free plays, premium plays, my personal plays, system plays. Always wager responsibly, all right, guys? All right, good luck, everybody. Don't do anything stupid today, and we will see everybody live tomorrow morning. All right? By the way, soccer game of the week goes down tomorrow, so don't miss out. Good luck, everybody, and we'll see you guys all live tomorrow. Wager responsibly. By the way, my personal plays, give it about an hour, and they'll be coming out. Good luck, everybody.